Welcome to Shom Machshava on the Dash, your sponsor, Lui Nishma Sam B'Yakoshalom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding in Shavuos Daf Mem Beis. The Gemara in Amud Beis brings the concept of Ein Adam Choyte V'Loi Loi. A person doesn't sin if he doesn't benefit from it personally. He doesn't do a chait and he doesn't get any benefit. Only his friend gets something from it. A person is not choyte if he himself doesn't enjoy it. And this thing brings a lot of Torah that has to do with this idea that a person doesn't choyte unless he has a benefit. First and foremost, so it's brought down in the Sefer Musar, the Sefer Sidur Shel Shabbos says it very clearly. If a person does a chait, does a sin, that he doesn't get any benefit from it, and he brings an example of someone who's a malshin, he says to the government something about his friend, or mesiru shel sheker, so in that case, he's not benefiting. So if he does it, he's considered to be not just a sinner. He's not a regular choyte, but he's yotza michlal odom. Because a regular sinner is someone who has got some benefit from it. If there's no benefit, that's not a regular chait. That's terrible. That's something that takes away from tzura sodom. And really he's referring to the Gemara in Tainis Daf Ches. The Gemara tells us that all the animals come to the Nachash, and they tell the Nachash, tell the snake, what do you gain from biting? What do you gain from hurting people? You don't enjoy it. You don't get any benefit. So he answers back, Umay Yisro in the Bala Loshan. Someone says Loshan Hara, what benefit does he get? Meaning the Gemara is pointing out that saying Loshan Hara, a person doesn't benefit from anything, and that is really under the category of choyte v'loi loi. His choyte doesn't get any benefit. That's a terrible sin. That's worse than a regular sin. So that's one point regarding enadu choyte v'loi loi. Another nekuda we find by Rabbi Yoino. Rabbi Yoino says why friendship is so important. He brings three reasons what a friend can do. He says reason number one is that a friend can learn Torah. Learning Torah together, that's a great benefit. The nekuda number three, he says a friend can give a good eitzah. He can give a good advice. But the second nekuda is, he says, when two friends are together and one wants to sin, so the other one will stop him. Why? Because the other one doesn't benefit from it. So he doesn't have any yitzhara to sin. A person is choyte only if he benefits. When you have two people, only one benefits, the other one does not, he has no interest in that, and he will stop his friend from doing a sin, from committing a sin, from doing an aveira. Another idea on the Zeh Derech brings the Ksav Sefer in Parshat Kedoshim. He says, he echoes what Chazal tell us, that all Am Yisrael considered to be one. And when one does an aveira, it affects everybody else. So the nekuda, the musar, you tell everybody it does an aveira. Says, Bishlama you're doing an aveira, you're benefiting from it. So there's something that you gain from the aveira. But when you do an aveira, you're affecting your friend. And by affecting your friend, you're causing him to get an aveira, but not getting any benefit. That's the worst case. Why are you doing an aveira that you benefit, but you're causing harm to somebody else, doesn't get any benefit? And with that, he goes on to explain that the Gemara in Shabbos says that Hillel taught that Ger, Kol Torah Kulo Regel Achas. What did he teach him? Don't do anything that you don't like to your friend. And Rabbi Kiva says, love your friend like you. That is the biggest rule. Why? Because if a person knows that every time he does something wrong, he affects his friend, so he's not going to do anything wrong. So by knowing and caring about your friend like yourself, a person will not do any aveiro, because it's don't do a harm to somebody else when he doesn't get no benefit. That's the worst case of aveira possible. And we conclude with what Reb Chaim Friedlander explains on the Chazal and Sefer HaZohar. Chazal tell us, the pasuk says in Yeshayahu, "Vayelech shoivov b'derech liboy." What does it mean, "Vayelech shoivov b'derech liboy"? A person goes after his yetzer hara. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu goes on and says, "D'rochov re'isi." I see what he's doing, and I'll save him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to come and save him for going after the yetzer hara. So Chazal tell us, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says he's going with no benefit. He's going to come and save him for going after the yetzer hara. And I'm going to go over and take him out of the darkness. That's what Chazal say in Sefer HaZohar. And it's brought down in the Siach Yitzchok, which is a Sidur HaGro in the Tfilas Ne'ilah of Yom Kippur. So explains Rabbi Chaim Friedland there, based on our Gemara. Our Gemara says, person doesn't sin if he doesn't have a benefit. So why people sin? Why a person doesn't have Avera? Because he thinks he gets a benefit from it. He thinks he's doing that Avera, he's getting enjoyment, he's getting hana, he has some pleasure. But if you would really realize the real world, you would realize that really that benefit is so temporary. It's so worthless that it's really not a benefit. But a person, when he's under the influence of the Yetzer Hara, he thinks, oh, I'm benefiting, I'm getting something by doing an Avera. Because Baruch Hu says, let me come and show him that he thinks the Yetzer Hara is giving him some benefit. He's not giving him any benefit. That's the Lashon of Chazal. He sees him going with no benefit. I need to hold him up and to tell him, you're not getting anything from it. And when a person realizes that the chay doesn't give him any benefit, he immediately won't sin. Because a person doesn't sin if it doesn't have any benefit. When a person really knows the heavy chay doesn't give him any toyalis, so that will prevent the Adam and will save him to Yetzer Hara. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.